Mostly
Still
just
at
a
the
lawyer
Rise pop-up
on
party.
location. Hopefully the audio improves tonight. Probably not. But we are here with Matt from KW Specialty.
Scraping the barrel.
I mean,
We got a big time guest.
We've been trying to get you
We
on
got a big time guest
for a
now.
bit, but you're
Bringing
very
out the
hard to
heavy
get
artillery.
Yeah, I'm hard to get to. I sit next to the snack table most of the night.
Is anything good over there? What do we got?
Very nice snacks.
Crackers. A lot of crackers.
A lot of crackers. Okay, fine. I have not made my way over there, but I will soon.
He's talking about the crackers. I know I had some.
We didn't get the privilege of talking to you at the Philadelphia event that we did.
Correct.
But you're here. You're with us. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got in the industry, where you are now.
A little background. So I am currently with a company called KW Specialty. We're a startup E&S company. We've been in existence for 4 years now. Started 4 years ago, 0 policies. We'll finish this year almost 60 million.
That's fantastic.
Personal property, a tremendous.
Whoa, say that again.
No,
4 years ago, 0. Now
This
60.
year, it's going to be 57 and a half, but I like to stretch it to 60. So and it's an amazing journey. I'm the Executive Vice President of Operations, so I have claims, IT, and operations.
Wearing a couple hats.
Wearing a few, but it's all good because I've got, well, it sounds fancy, but it's not because I have really good folks. I came there 4 years ago. I was with Berkeley Human Services, which is a WR Berkeley company who one of the 53, maybe 54 operating units now. I don't know. They grow every day. They, our company handle all the nonprofits, Boys and Girls Clubs, YMCA's, battered women shelters, those sort of things. So I did that for a number of years. Prior to that, I was with Main Street America Group, who is now the commercial entity for American Family. So I've been all over. I went from Jacksonville to Minneapolis, now to Scottsdale.
That's a great career. What a great ride.
I'm almost. It'll be 30 years in. It'll be 30 years in April. And you asked the question, how did I get into it? I have a twin brother who's in the industry, and he got me into it. He said it's a great job. It was 1994. He said, hey, you don't work weekends and you get to argue with people. I was in.
That's fantastic.
I was in.
But that leads us to our next question of, you've been doing this for 30 years. You obviously, you know this industry inside and out. What brings you to the Rise event? Why have you chosen, with all your experience, to come here?
Well, I've known Amy for a long, long time, and Katarina. So I've partnered with them prior to Rise actually being a thing. I was acquainted with them, and I dealt with Esquire and with Veritech and Gallagher and whatnot. But I really liked the idea, because we're getting older. You're not getting older. We're getting older.
He's good.
And we're not going to be here forever.
Not much longer.
And we're not going to be here
I'm
forever.
exhausted.
We need more people. We need to find a way to make this industry attractive to everyone.
Yes, absolutely.
Do the same thing that my brother did for me, but in a different way. I used to speak on panels with Amy. It was about retaining, promoting, developing millennial talent. Back when millennial was the word that we used. We don't do that anymore. But we used to speak at panels all the time, and I was one of the proponents, and we'd have people in the audience who would argue and bitch and moan about millennial this, millennial that, and we would dispel some of those rumors because everyone wants to be part of an organization, not just an organization, but an industry that where they can grow. We all have different hot points. So anyway, I met her Amy that way, and I've been a part of it ever since.
I was talking for some second, because the point you made, I don't want to get lost, is that we need people our age tapping people on the shoulder saying, hey, you need to take a look at this industry. You need to get involved.
It's hard.
Yeah.
So, and I was joking, I was talking to someone earlier. I go to there's a summit for chief claims officers every year, another industry function. And a couple of years ago, I remember sitting there thinking, it's nothing but a bunch of old white guys. And there are no young people at all, and it's unfortunate that people can't have at least a window into that room to hear what these leaders are talking about. This organization does a lot of that. I get to talk to folks. They get to talk to you, all of us. this organization has done more, I think, for trying to develop some of that talent and get people interested in this career than anything I've seen in the past. And that's why I'm part of this organization as long as they'll have me.
And if you could turn these cameras, which we can't, you would see a very diverse young crowd here, which is really great.
It's amazing.
It's a great thing.
It's about time.
It's a great. Yep, I do it with you.
So we got this guy who's very, very,
He's very good. He needs his own podcast.
excited about insurance.
He needs his own
Which is
podcast.
one of you.
He's killing our
I gotta go
podcast.
back to the whole entire thing though. So you were told you can argue with people during the week and you're off on the weekend.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Tell us a little bit more about that conversation. What were you doing previously?
Before that, wow.
We're digging here.
Well, no, it's okay. So prior to 1994, I was originating mortgage loans, and they were subprime mortgage loans.
Oh,
The interest-
fantastic.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
There's a movie about
What
that.
could go wrong?
No, I was selling people subprime mortgage loans and making a killing when the interest rates were down. And when they went up, I lost my job. And I called my brother Mike and said, "Hey, what's up?" And he said, "Hey, you gotta do this." He's been doing it for a few years. So I moved back to Virginia, and so I worked for Century Insurance with an S, in case you're wondering. Great company.
So you don't have to argue on the weekends, Tony. You don't have to argue.
No weekends.
No arguing.
No weekends.
Let that be a
I
lesson
was
to you.
retail. I was a bank teller in college. You know, I worked a lot of weeks. It didn't matter, but this was a great job.
Excellent.
So let me ask you this then, with all you've talked about, if you could go back in time and tell your younger self something now, what would you say?
It would probably be look outside of claims. Not claims have been a great career, but understand what's going on within an insurance company more than just the claims department. Because back when I started, it was it was all very siloed, and forever you were claims. There was underwriting, marketing, actuary, finance. You didn't know anything about it, and it was a huge company. And I wish that young insurance people could learn all of it early, just pieces of it, to understand how it all fits in. As a claim rep, I didn't understand what I did on that desk, how it contributed to a combined ratio, to a loss ratio even more primarily. So that's the one thing. I wish I would have learned a little bit more about it. I didn't get it.
Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Well, you got to come back on the SDL. We love you.
Anytime.
Fantastic.
Appreciate it.
Love you guys.